Alright, welcome to the 30-minute Blender competition. For today we're gonna have 45 plus entry of materials. Just gonna wait a few more minutes, make more people join in. For today I see a lot of names. I welcome you all. I hope you all doing fine. It is Monday, so a tough day for everyone. And we always got his snacks and coffee. No snacks for me. I had a few bits of cheese before. Fills up very well. And I'm a little bit tired. But I'm doing fine. I'm at least glad that it's not this hot. Like 2 weeks ago. I don't know what is the weather at you guys. I hope it's nice. Hope it's cool. Sleeping for 2 hours, that is not fun. Absolutely not fun. I remember when I had to move over to this house the last day. We had this vehicle for hire. We filled it up and we came here at this house. I believe we were done at 5 o'clock in the morning. We slept for 2 hours. Then we had to do the last run again. Man, terrible. Never again. I'm a bad sleeper in general, so. Hey, Blender with Aaron. Cool at 2-3 am. Okay. Let's just wait for 9 more minutes, I guess. "45 entries is a lot. You guys are absolutely blasting it. Did you jump in the pool after you got chased or no? Shouldn't you learn for your exam? Or are you really for sure that you're going to make it? I mean, school is very important. Trust me. I mean, it's okay if you would take a little bit of a break, but don't break too much. You need to learn until the last moment. God, let me see if I got everything ready. Okay, it seems like I'm ready to roll, so I got everything perfectly onto my text file. We're gonna make use of Google for a bit. The material suggestion was partly done by Explosion, For some of the materials I just mined it up a little extra, just make it a little bit more difficult. Because for example, clay material isn't too bad to make. So that's why I thought about dry cracked clay. Instead of just iron, old iron. You guys a little bit of more challenge. Seen some very good entries. I've seen some humoristic entries. Before the live stream, yeah, sure. Didn't I? Yeah, it's just like I forgot to change this time down here. But sure, you're right. Try to keep that in mind. Frank says, where the hell is the group render? It's on its way. I've been doing some stuff through the weekend. Been away to some kind of SeaWorld with my girlfriend. Just a day out of the house. Just something else. Sometimes important to just do something else in life. Try to chill down, do some fun stuff. Because always sitting inside is not good for you. And for me either. I'm taking my time with it, sure. Needs to look good, right? Better than my excuse. I see 8 people are watching. Maybe there are also people who actually don't use Blender but just like to watch. 7 people, there we go. Shouldn't have said anything. You asking if I have some suggestions? Only suggestions I have, keep it short as possible. Like if you want to do a tutorial on a car, just make sure you make your own car design that is taking 1/4 of the time. So a car design that has just 2 doors, 2 wheels. You know, just trying to explain the basic of things. I think that is the best. You can do tutorials about materials, you can do tutorials about explaining all the modifications that you can use. You can do tutorials about add-ons, how it works, or the add-ons which you can download. Let's begin. Alright. Okay, so this week, materials. Where is it at? It's right down here. So we're gonna start off with wood materials. It was forbidden to use textures from outside Blender. You had to make everything in Blender. So texture painting is one of the things you could do, or you could use nodes. And the first entry is of Kaizen. Hand painting is fun. Finally, I can use my tablet more. And this looks like a very good piece of wood that you can use in games, like low poly games. I think it looks very nice. If you would have added something extra, maybe a little bit even more darker spots, just right down here in the middle, just to give it a little extra of depth in it. But I think in overall, it just looks good. Looks very nice. I wonder if these are hard edges or not. Of course, with low poly game, you want to use as less as polys as possible. I think it's definitely a good one. Very nice. I like it. Then we got one of Snaps. Snaps also used texture painting. And there is something that I'm noticing right down here. Beside that, this could be a little bit more into the screen. It's always nice. Just get it into the screen. This is what you want, and not this or something outside. I really like the texture painting onto the shield. And then I noticed the stripes down here look like a little bit lesser nice. I don't know if it's just because the angle onto it. But it looks just very nice onto this one. I really like that. I also like this sword on here, giving a little bit of depth, it seems like. I think it's just the sword blade, or you have it done so well that it's just the illusion of a depth in there. But in overall, I think it's very good. Very low poly game. You got some dirt down here, which is a very nice touch onto the wood. I like it. Then we have one of Andrew Burakov. This is what I use most of the time. The background is velvet. Oh, okay. This is like firewood type of wood. It is not too bad, I would say. I do like this side for some reason. I would say it's okay. I would only like, maybe there should be a little bit more distance between those parts down here, or maybe it should be a little bit darker and having a little bit of brown spots here and there. But for starters wood, I think this is very nice. I've tried to make some wood and it looks totally bad. This one absolutely looks a lot better than that. And once again, I like this. I've seen that a lot more in, real life, like this. Then we have one of Oh My Blender. I came up with my own wood material. Alright. Let's open this up a little bit more. We can just take a better zoom in. Wood material is definitely difficult. Especially what I see down here. I mean, you have tried your best onto this. By the way, you guys, if you have something to say, you can also put it down in the chat. For some reason, I like this a little bit more than this. Only I would say there are a few couple of lines down here that should have a little bit of gibberish into it. What I think is these thick lines here are very good. They even show like a ring type of thing, like you can see the edge of the tree. Only then about here, it's just going away from that. I would say the wood just needs a little bit more brownness in it, or this piece of wood have just been taken from the ocean or something. And there is a little bit too dark stripes on here. Could be a little lighter. Did he rage quit the server? Didn't like me much. What are you? That wasn't this guy, right? Is it? Is he gone? Oh well. Anyhow, it could use a little bit more work, but you're well on your way. He's gone. Okay. Well, still wanted to let something know. This one is of Omkar25, made it in style of Ducky 3D. Show it in his lives. Just scaling down in YX and the mapping node is using it in noise. Does the trick, and my laptop doesn't freeze as well. Well, that's good to hear. I feel like it's blurred out too much. That is the first impression I'm getting here. Very blurry. It could use a little bit more tight lines onto this. And maybe the spots that are light should have this brown, and the spots that doesn't have this white and brown should actually be turned around. I got a feeling it would do a lot better. But then again, making wood textures without importing textures is very difficult. As you can see down here, there is nothing onto it. There's a lot of reflection onto it, I notice. Oh, it needs a little bit more work. You're on your way. Well, that is what I would say about this. Do we have one of Edwin Sunny Ray, hammer and wood? Gosh, I'm kind of bad at making textures. Well, the idea is there, I would just say. Like, you got like your ring marks going on. You got some of these very dark brown spots, which has a name which I don't know in English, but these things are very good. You got some lines on here, which is very nice. And maybe let me just see something here. I'm just going to scroll to texture. I don't want to drag things out for too much, of course. A view token, a reference picture with it. Well, thin planks is not bad. I mean, have you ever seen how thin the cigar box planks are? Very thin. I'm just gonna say it looks good in overall. Of course, it could use a little bit of work making it better, but the start is here, and you should just, you know, maybe keep playing around with it until it's fine. The revolved cube is the hammer. Yeah, if you would give this a wood texture and this just metal, it would make more sense, but it's all about the wood, of course. So we have one of explosion. I am late. The start is definitely there. I would say. It's very whitish, and I think it's because because of the HDRI and or the reflection of the HDRI onto it. I would like to see this on a plank instead of a round ball. Erwin asks, is the lighting fine? Well, it's a lot better. I can see some details down here. Also knots, okay. In English. I would just say maybe the stripes here needs to be a little bit more thinner. I'm really trying to look reference pictures, but you know what the problem with wood is? There is so many different type of woods, like a lot of woods, and then a lot of pictures with rough wood and that kind of stuff, like logs. Cannot do anything with that. I think you kind of went for something like this, like the little black, there's a lot of black lines down here. I think that you just need to be a little bit more thinner, and the wood needs to have a little bit of more brownish look onto it, and then I think it's just perfect. I've scrolled for a lot of parts, like here you can really see like the brown, the stripes onto it. Definitely a good start. Just keep working on it if you like. Alright, so that was the wood. We are gonna go to scratch it aluminium. Now there are different ways you could make it so that it's already scratch it, as in it comes from the factory, or you can just scratch it like you're holding a key and just scratch onto it, whatever. Both is fine. In this case, this really looks nice. I would say you see a lot of scratches onto it. The color is very nice. It has this weird whatever that is onto it though, but it's probably because of the light. I think it still looks good, you know, overall. There's a strange stripe here in the middle. I don't know if it's because of the HDRI or whatever this is. I'm really curious, but I think in overall it looks very good. Andrew Burkov, I'm completely textured, so I'm amazed I was able to get some resemblance. Very good. This is not the best, but I'll try to do better. I'm sorry if I'm missing stuff, like I'm a little bit tired though, so you have to excuse me for that. And I'm also going to grab some scratched iron. Here we go. So yeah, it was actually the type of iron I was talking about, like these scratches onto it. But it's okay. I don't want to be too hard on things. I think it looks very nice. Like the scratches onto it. Looks on point, got the right color. I like it. To be one of Kaizen, I made my Zippo. And I also think this one looks also on point. It seems like that scratched iron isn't too bad of a thing to make. It's of course a lot more easy than wood. I like this one, especially this side down here really shows some realism into it. Very nice. Then we have one of Omkar 25, another producer matte this time. Ay ay ay. That is all of a sudden totally different. Looks more like cracked iron. But I do kind of like the style on here. It's definitely something different. Hey, Sergey. Or I have to say Sergey. That's what you told me. I'm gonna give some points for a different style. Aluminium. Yeah, it needs a little bit of work, I would say. Doesn't matter if it's scratches or fabricated scratches. And if you would like to make this, you can just check this out. It's very nice. Then we have one of Explosion. He made a ball. And he actually made one with scratches on it. Also, like there is a little bit of bumpiness in it, like it's like an old piece of iron-ish that has been used. An old style of producing iron or aluminium in this case. My apologies. But I like this ball here. It really shows that it's not new. Very good. This is what I like. And then we have one, we're gonna go to the marbles. Marvelous. Just gonna type it in. Of course, I'm getting these marble balls. Very good. I need to type in marble without an S. There we go. It's a different marble or marbles. Big difference. All right. And overall, I think it looks very good already. It's a nice marble down here. Got some spots and stuff all the way around. I would only say this is something very difficult with tiles and marbles. What I see at people is that it exists from one texture instead of randomized texture. So if you can see down here, the texture is just flowing over to another piece. And the same down here. Now, what you could have done in order to make it more randomized is having separate tile pieces and then just decide to put this one and this one and this one in one object and take the tiles between out of it in another object. So in that way, if you would just mess around with the texture, it would look both different. It doesn't look connected, something like that. Like a chessboard. So make it black and white and make both different objects and then just play around with the texture and it looks very randomized. Something like that. But overall, I think it looks very good. Then we have one of SquareX. SquareX made a very nice marble material with some gold in it. And when I'm looking at my textures down here, you definitely see like a goldish-ish marbles in there. It looks very nice. I would only say, well, at some spots the black looks like smeared out or like blurry, and at other spots it looks like it is way more, especially down here, it's very sharp. I should actually look at this one though. Or this one. No, this one. There we go. So yeah, I think the darker spot needs to be a little bit sharper or blurred out and a lot bigger. Something like that. But I like the gold spots on here, and overall I like that a lot. It's very nice. JB's famous word. What is my famous word? And then we have one of Kaizen. He made marvelous marble. There we go. I would only say, yeah. That true? That's my favorite word. Yeah, I like these ones. These are very nice, very smeared out marble texture on there. Of course, there are many kinds of marble textures. I'm just trying to find one-ish. I think this one, I don't know if it's, yeah, it's like a stock photo, so, but I think, you know, it kind of gets in the same era. And also like to see that there is a little bit of color change into the middle of the bluish down there. Look like moonish. Moonish marble. I like this one. Then we have one of Oh My Blender titanium alloy aluminium shields. Oh, this one is for aluminium. Alright. I'm still going to check this out because why not? I like that. I see like the stripes as into the circle, which is a very nice aluminium type of thing. And then we have all the scratches and dents and bends onto it. In overall the scratches, I see also a lot of scratches going from up to down. This is a very nice one. I really like that. Very good. I like it. Very nice one. And then we have marble. I knew this stuff would come. But fun fact, well, I'm saying so, but I don't know 100% sure. If I type marble into Google Pictures, I'm only getting marble stones. Alright? In order to get marble balls where you play with, as shown in the picture, I have to type marble with an S on the end. Marble S. So I didn't know that. So someone correct me if I'm wrong, that there is a difference between marble and marble S. But let's just take a look at it. Marbles, I've been playing a lot with these guys when I was a kid. Small ones, big ones, huge ones, mega ones. Like the texture on here. Very special one. I also like the effect on here. Very good. Nice marvelous. Need some SSS. You can make aluminium ball like that. If you get some aluminium foil, make a ball. Yeah, don't put it in the microwave. I really don't understand, like, there are people out there actually believing that it's true. Like, even people who live in the forest, like an ancient type of thing, even they know you shouldn't put it in the microwave. They don't even know what a microwave is. Anyhow, we have one of Sep D6. I made a mistake. Came in the chat before, realized it's rendering out my marble. Alright, that's a very nice marble down here. I like this one. If it's possible though, I'm not quite sure. Then you should make first this inside glasses and then melt the outer ball around it, I would say, because normally they do that with a piece of colored glass and they will just melt it together and then you get this type of stuff down here or this down here. Now a little bit darker color, but sure. Then we have another one of Sep D6. Here's my actual marble attempt and the notary to go with it for anyone who is interested. So you can just make it yourself if you like. I think this marble looks very nice, and then I have to change it onto Google again because I want to know for sure that I'm saying that it looks nice. Yeah. For the most part, I would only say that once again, I think the bigger and darker stripes needs to be a little bit more sharper at some spots, or a little bit more smeared out. It is difficult. Maybe the color needs to be a little lighter. But I like the ones on the inside though. A lot of noise here. I think it would be better if this blackish would be a little more grayish and then a little bit more sharper outer edges actually. It would be a lot nicer. But in overall I think it's a good start though. Just needs a bit of tweaking work. Then we have one of Andrew Burokov. He made a little marble man. From distance, the marble looks very nice. But we are not only dealing with distance. Well, that did a lot. It's a very noisy marble. It's marble rose. I can tell by now that it's this color, so I would say the color is on point. I'm not going to search for too long. And in 3, 2, 1. Well, it's kind of getting to this point down here. There's a lot of color in here, and then a little bit of white. I think overall it's a good start. It just needs a little bit tweaking here and there, and maybe if you want to do extra, you can add in like a goldish color. People doing overall a very good job, I notice. Then we have one of Erwin's on the way here on my marble tiles entry for marbles. I can't go too much. I got too busy this week and my mind needs a rest. That is what I was thinking the last few days. Holy moly. It looks like marble melted together with metal down here for some reason. Something happened to it. Well, we get close to the idea of you got some goldish in here, which is very nice. I would only say this blackish is a little bit too much. So the black could be like just change it to a white. And then what you could also do is make this pinkish between in here. Make it kind of the same like this. And just change the black to the white and then see how it looks. For some reason this has like very less reflection, and this here has like a lot of reflection of the light. So it needs some tweaking and then it would just be a lot more perfect. It is not easy though. So if you would like to try it, then you can do that. See how it looks. 1 million piece of art. Well, you never know. I mean, sure. Print it out, hang it onto the wall. Put it on the internet. $1 million and someone will buy it. If one of Explosion wanted to use the same blend file as the previous material, so I spent 50 minutes on the material itself. Wow, this one looks very nice. I would say it almost looks perfect. And the reason why I say it almost looks perfect is just because what I find a shame for some reason, personal thing, is in the middle it looks like it has been fade away. Like everything is coming together to this middle point and it's like you've used like an eraser down here, just as one spot. But I really dislike in overall how this looks. It really looks very nice. Yeah, it's very nice, very clean. Looks very good. Definitely feels marble-ish. Maybe if you would give it a little bit extra, if you want to give it a little extra, you could make certain outlines. I don't know how good you are with nodes. Some people are insane with nodes. Is give certain outlines a little bit smear out type of thing. But not everywhere. Definitely not inside this yellow. Just here onto the white. Just smear it out. I can talk easy, but it's difficult. But I really like this one. Then we're gonna go to iron. And old iron. Let's type this in Google. And I see a lot of old iron. Then we got one of Spooper Trooper. I don't really know how to make paper. This is for the old iron challenge. Oh, this one. Okay. That's not too bad. And overall, I have to say I do like the texture on this guy down here. It's a shame the same texture isn't on this one down here, because then it would look very nice. And or what you could have done, well, actually not. I now see one that the iron continues, so I would just say, yeah, only copy this texture onto this one and it would look a lot more perfect. And yeah, learning the paper, you know, that is something for another day. Would have been a good one, old paper. But I think the iron overall looks, for a beginner, very nice. Evan Sunny Ray, I wouldn't say SJB Blender famous words like hear that. Like to hear that. I would say, yeah. You gotta watch it. Alright. Merzik says top 25 minutes and 30 seconds. Wow, that's definitely something down here. This is old iron too? Or is it for a marble? Ay. I think it looks marble-ish, but marble being we said it, a raw marble, so it's not like smoothed out and stuff. Yeah, it has to be marble. It would be weird for iron, right? For marble, rough marble is also a nice thing. If you just like rough stuff, instead of always smooth and reflective. I think it kinda gets in the era of it. We have seen a lot of these simple black and white marble stuff. Maybe you need to have a little bit more, a few darker lines in there. Just a few darker lines here and there. That would make it a lot more detailed. But I think overall you've made some nice material. Then we have 76, a little bit of iron. Not too bad, not too bad. I like that. Let me see, can I find a rusty, shiny type of iron down here? Gonna hit it up in 3, 2, 1. Probably not. I think it looks good in overall. I really like the rust on here. I like the dents and bits. Looks like old iron, like from the old ages. It's very good. I think it looks very nice. This is definitely something you should save up. You know, make a little folder and call it materials, and just save this one up for another project because it looks very good. Very nice. Right, then we have one of Omkar 25, modeling and materials, setting time 20 minutes, render time 3 hours. Well, you're lucky render time isn't into the 30 minutes count, so. Alright, so that is definitely something different down here. I appreciate you know, trying to get rust in here. I would only say that the material of the iron, so the unrusted part, needs to be a little bit more grayish. A little bit more, if you see it down here, like a very grayish type. It looks a little bit silverish, like metal type of thing. It could use a little work on that, and making rust is not easy. I think in overall it's nice. I mean, this one is very shiny too, right? Maybe it needs a little bit more bumps into it. Now it looks like a little bit like you put some glue on it and then you put like paper onto it, like that foil stuff, and then put all the surrounding off from it. I think it's a nice try. Need a little light up. Could do. Overall, I think it's very good. Then we got one of Andrew Borokov. This ball make me cry. Wow, that is very rusty here. you know, this could very well go for a different material. And I actually only know one type of thing which looks so much like it. It's like, I don't know if it's metal. They use it into building industry when, you know, heavy vehicles need to go over something, and then a little bit like this down here. I only know this in Dutch. It looks like this kind of material, so very rusty type of thing, or at least when it's been used a lot. Like, look at this, how rusty it is. It really reminds me of that. So I think you should really save up this material because it looks good for what it is. Any other than iron, I think. It's very, yeah, it's just perfectly this material. So if you're ever going to need to make something out of metal or that type of stuff, like old ships has this tool which has been sitting into the water for a very long time. They need to get broken down. They have like this type of rust at the sides. What an explosion, he made a pan. I've seen this a lot on Imgur, people taking like an old iron pan and trying to clean it up so it looks black again. I think this one looks very nice. I really like the bumpiness into the pan itself. Makes it look and feel like it's very old. I like how there is bits of rust here and there, and it has a little bit of overall rust onto it. I think this pan looks very good, very nice. Then we have one of Crescent. Here is my old and extra rusty metal. Yeah, you already say it. A metal, but we take a look at this iron down here. It kind of has the same feeling, I would just say, because old iron already has this bumpiness into it. It will create this type of very rough texture when there's also rust on it. I think it looks very good. Hey SquareX, welcome to the stream. So this one looks very nice, very on point. Especially with this one. Very good. Then we have one of Murzik. I had to stop at 30-minute mark on this one. This is the old metal one. We have another type of one where rust is trying to be created onto it. With this one also, I think the rust itself needs to have its own depth. So yeah, we could very well see it at some of these, especially this one. This rust here has its own depth and his own bumpiness within. And on here it really looks like these are rust drops. So something has been raining rust drops onto it. But I do like the roughness onto the ball in overall. That's very nice. Just try to add depth to the rust and bumpiness onto the rust. It's a good start. Then we have one of Edwin's anyway. Got home late, rushed to my PC, began blendering as fast as I can. Here's my weird old iron. I have seen this one and I really thought this would be very nice as an art piece. For some reason, you would see this at some building at the front. This is a piece of artwork that's, you know, what people call art. Has this weirdness into it. It's very rusty. It has little spots here and there, black spots, that make it kind of look like it's a metal-ish material. Very arty. I think it's very good. I just need to drink some coffee before it's cold. Then we have one of guys saying hand painted old iron. Wow, hand painted. That is a very big step there. Very brave, I would just say. Wow. it is very messy, which on a good way. It's messy on a good way. I would only say the rust on it needs to have its own depth. Just for a second, when I just look at it very quick, it almost felt like it is a piece of glass that is a little bit dirty and you see the ground underneath. But I think, yeah, like I said, the rust needs his own depth and its own bumpiness within. Of course, there are some spots here and there because of raining and that kind of stuff, making it look dirty. It's almost very perfect, I would say. Almost. Remind me of Fallout, don't know why. Fallout, yeah, and game material it could do. Even that time to paint bump, yeah, it is something. It's a lot. But overall, I think you have the base layer. You have it here. You just need to add another layer, which is the depth. It's very brave. Texture painting is not easy. Not easy at all. Give me one of Kaizen. Happy, we're gonna go to leather, by the way. Happy accident, made in 50 minutes, hand painted, and it's tileable. I was almost reading terrible, but I think it looks very good. Almost look meaty. Yeah, it looks very good. I like there's a lot of randomness in here. You see like a very slight dark stripe going on down here. Unless I don't feel well and I'm seeing things that are not there. Just here a little bit, and then here it's like very brownish. I think it's very good. Nice material. Very good. For hand painted, very nice. But yeah, this one has depth in it. You can definitely see it has bump depth into it. So this material could also almost go with rust if you would just cut out a piece and just place it onto your iron and just give it a little bit of reddish brown color. It would be very much rust. Very nice. I like it a lot. We have one explosion. Spent 50 minutes on this again because I used the same blend file again. Oh wow, that's also a nice one. One of Kaizen reminded me a little bit of meaty texture, and this one kind of reminds me of reptile-ish. But it's very nice. Holy moly! We had some bumps and stuff here and there. It's a very nice texture overall. I like this one. I also like the amount of reflection onto it. The light reflection is very good. You should make a small cartoon-ish reptile and just put this onto it. It will look very good. Then we want Omgar 25. Very good. Omgar 25 made this leather belt, like smooth leather belt. That's a very good one. Very smart way. But there are some details in here. Now, you might see it a little bit not good, I would say. What would have been very good in this one, and this is something that I've been saying in the weekly competition of, for example, from Frank, I believe. You should have made the background like black, so the colors, the darker colors you have onto your artwork will pop out a lot more. Because this is white, it will fade away the tiny little details that are in here. So which is a little bit of a shame because there are details in here, but it's so bright white that it fades away so much. But you can definitely see that it's like a leather type of thing. I don't know if you can see that, guys. Can you see lines and stuff? Like little bricks type of things in here. But wow. Yeah, you can see it a little bit better in here because you know the black just shows the color, and in here it just takes it away a lot. No, I said frankly. Frankly. Very nice. I do like the reflection on it. On this, it's a very good one. I don't know if you've done that on purpose or just lucky or stuff like that. Then we have here. I call this piece Letter Cheerio from Millibyte. Wow, what is going on down here? It looks like leather that has been used a lot, as in, you know, it's old leather, like it has been outside and it's like sand and bits of dirt into the cracks. And after that, someone was angry and took his Magnum, whatever, and shot like a hole in it or whatever. This is definitely mysterious. For leather, it could definitely go for some leather. There's a lot of different types of leather into this planet. But I like it. Just this mysterious, like a donut leather. Oh, here's a close up. Try to not stare for too long, lest the leather Cheerio stare back at you. It would be fun if this was a, oh boy, GIF, whatever. Screw people who complain about how you say it. It would be fun if this was one of those things and then all of a sudden Grance's head will pop out of it. But I like the close up of this letter. It really shows that it's a bumpiness. It really shows all the cracks here and there onto it. I like this one. Then we have one of Crescent. After rendering, I was like, those colors are a bit too light for my taste and they may use some extra saturation, but I was not really keen on waiting for this render again. So yeah, that's gonna be the final results. Okay, very letter-ish. Just going to zoom this out because there's a lot happening in this picture. It definitely looks leather-ish, I would say. I'm just trying to find some leather. It's the color that is very different, but that is sometimes what makes your product expensive, right? When the leather is looking very different. In overall, I think there is a lot of bumpiness in it. Yeah, just like Kaisen just said, a little bit too much bumpy. It needs more cracks, and in those cracks you can have bumps in there. Like if we just take this for example, I'm not gonna say this is the only stuff that is out there, but if you can see here, it very much shows like a lot of cracks coming out, and deep inside those cracks you can see like the little bumps. We've seen it at a few spots. Here's a lot more bumps, but this is you can still see the cracks in here. There's a lot of cracks. I'm kind of missing the cracks in here. It's the only way how I can explain it, with cracks. Stuff like that. The color though, I do like the color in here. I do like the effect onto it. Just add some more cracks and it looks a lot better already. And for some reason I like the wall a lot more than onto these materials. I can definitely tell that the unwrapping didn't went very well, because on this one the material looks very tiny, while on this one looks medium, I would say, and over here it looks very big. So you just need a little bit more control of the unwrapping the material onto objects. The cone looks flat. Yeah, I think it's just very zoomed out. But it's a good start. It's a good start. Here are my fast and rush ladder. Kinda very busy this week, but still blending up. Got home late. This is blueberry. No, I don't think so. It's chewy and spongy. Chewy and spongy, like a dog toy. This one is from Erwin Sunny Ray. Wow, that's definitely something different down here. Oh, leather. Ay, ay, ay. And this, I think this is just one of the cases where a different material has been created. But I'm just going to, I'm just gonna type in leather chair blue. Of course, it kinda reminds me. It's a little bit too much, but it kinda reminds me of these chair type of things down here. But it's just a little too tiny. But I see kinda what is happening here. Like this type of thing, right? That's the idea I'm getting here. So we don't see like deep details, but more of an overall letter type of thing. A good start, Just need to play around with the size, I would just say. Then we have one of Andrew Burkov. After 1.5 hours of render, I understand that I will never use this pattern. And this is, by the way, dry cracked clay, I believe. This one is of Andrew Burkov. It looks like it is this spray cement onto a white wall, very thin, and because it was too hot, it cracked all. But I don't know if I haven't really paid attention to clay if it cracks, like just that's clay what you get onto school, gray clay. If that dries up, if that cracks like that. Let me just take a look. Yeah, if I type cracked gray, I'm getting a lot of that outside stuff and not really like that play clay. Of course, this is very difficult to find. You know what? I'm just gonna take this guy down here. I would say if clay is cracked, it needs to be black instead of just white. So because it has depth into it and it's darker in there, just make this gray and it will be perfect, I would say. If for clay. I never use this material again. I don't know if it's material. I mean, maybe if you have rendered this, I mean, it looks like Eevee, right? Or am I wrong? And this is, well, this looks like Cycles. If this is Cycles and it takes this long, then you just need to scale down your render time and use denoiser. Like nowadays, I put the samples on 512 and I put denoiser on. Way back in the days, I did like between 2000 and 3000 samples. So then it will take a lot of time. Then we have one of Omkar 25, Cracked Hard Sand. But the objective was clay, Mr. Omkar. So I'm just gonna treat it as clay. Let's just scale this out. I like the bumpiness on here. I like the cracks on here. Clay, crack it. Well, it could definitely go for something like this, I would just say. It is just a little too perfect, I would say. These lines can use a little bit, not too much gibberish in here. I don't know if it's a good idea to scale this up because some sides, you know, keep going and going. But as you can see here, for this work, I would say you need to have a main crack and then a few smaller cracks within. then it could be a lot better. It's just a little too perfect, I would say. But the start is definitely there. Then we have one of Andrei Burkov. I believe he was saying into the chat that it looks too zoomed out. I would almost say this could go for leather though. Almost. Definitely looks different. It almost feels like, if you look very close up, that the brown spots down here, or that it looks like it's coming out. I don't know, I sometimes see that. Maybe invert the bumpiness so it goes inwards instead of outwards. This material is definitely something different. You could have used this for something. Cracked clay needs some work for that, but I think the start of it is there. Now you have one of Erwin Sunny Ray, and this is actually one that is a shame because there are parts that I actually really like about this one. I've seen this one earlier, and this is almost perfect. This could well go for a low poly cracked clay. Now what I find a shame about this one is those bits that are token out of it. You shouldn't have done that. You should have just leave it as it is. Because those cracks, I like the cracks in here because you have cracks that are a lot more thicker, and you have cracks that are a lot more thinner, and that is something that we have seen with this one down here. You got thick cracks, you got thin cracks, and especially this part down here is a thick crack, and then within you got like thin cracks. Which makes it perfect. The material looks very much on point. It is only like these spots that are token out, or actually scaled inwards, I think, or you have scaled it outwards. Should have been filled in. If you had that done, it would have been so much more perfect. I really like this one, except for, yep, that would be perfect, just like this one down here. But it's still very nice though. I really like this one. Here one of Explosion, another 50-minute material. Alright, it looks pretty much, it looks cracked very well. I would only say the color of the material is definitely very different from a lot of clay that I've seen. I'm not trying to, scroll and see if I can find the kind of it is very white, I would say. It should either be gray, brownish, a little bit yellowish. It's very white. Now, of course, when clay even dries up, it still has a little bit of grayness into it. But I like the cracks. Only it feels at some points a little bit repetitive, like this crack down here. It's like down here. It's like down here. I like how the larger crackways are, have very different. But the smaller ones need a little bit more randomness in it, or a little bit lesser. Or try to create smaller cracks that go all the way, a little bit just like this. And just make the color a bit more as it's supposed to be, I would say. It's a little bit more gray in there. But it looks, yeah, a little bit stitchy. That feeling is what I'm getting with this one down here and this one. It's like trying to hold it together. But overall, the bigger parts are very good. I like it still. And then we're gonna go to concrete. Wow, this is a long one. Just because 41 plus entries. Entry for concrete from Erwin Ray, and chasing time as well. Gotta go somewhere else. Almost. I mean, yeah, I have seen. The first thing I would say, it needs to be a lot more grayish. I like these spots down here. That those are like those bubbles that, you know, hasn't been like perfect. I only would say it is almost. The reason why is because for some reason, just gonna scale this up. For some reason, it feels too perfect at some spot. Like you have here, like 4 ones that are kind of with the same distance near each other. You have it like here, hit down here, and these ones, this is just too perfect. While there are also a few random ones in here, so create more randomness in these spots down here. Don't make them that they are, you know, near each other like that, because it's very much noticeable. And make it a little bit more gray. I'm just trying to look at a picture, but I think we all get the whole point here. I have seen concrete that has like perfectly overall color though. Anyhow, I think it's clear for that. But I really like these bubbles in here. If we want Omcar 25, had some time for modeling everything, setting up the materials and lights. And this is also the same. Once again, I would just say a little bit more grayish. Even though, yeah, this one looks very white, this too. But I like the spots and dents in here. They're a lot more spread out. And I also noticed that these spots in here have, they're not like perfectly round for some reason. They're a lot more randomish, so that's also a good thing. I like this one too. In here, wow. These spots are very big though. So we have one, and this is the last one of Kaizen. I hope it's not too late. Not my best work though, hand painted. Ooh, okay, okay. You're not too late. I like the spots, they're very random. I like that you added a little bit change to the white and darker, bigger spots, I would say. It feels like very bluish for some reason. And no, I have not been eating mushrooms. Not that bluish. I'm really trying to scroll down, trying to keep an eye open for a little bit more bluish concrete, because, you know, I can be wrong. But overall, I think it looks very well. HCRI? Well, maybe it could do that. Well, anyhow, I think it looks in overall very well, very good. Of course, the final decision is from you guys. All right, here we go. Now the first one is we're gonna vote for wood. Do you think it's Kaizen, Snaps, Andrew Burkov, Oh My Blender, Omcar25, Erwin Sunny or Explosion? Let me hear you vote. Let me hear you vote. You can open up Blender Discord. I mean, for yourself. Oh, tiredness, man. I mean, I like doing this. I don't like dragging. Who is it gonna be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For the woods, we got one for snaps. We got another one for snaps. We got one Andrew. Andrew here. Yeah, the block I like a lot. We have another one for Kaizen. So 2, 1, 1. That means 4 people have been voting. But I see 7 people are in here. Now, if I would vote for Andrew or Kaizen, then we're gonna get a problem. Or I must vote for someone who doesn't have a vote. We're not getting any other vote within 5 seconds, then I'm just going to, you know, take the winner from you guys. Will be in this case Snaps. That were 5 seconds. Oh, Snap. Okay, so most people seem to go for Snaps. So the winner of the material wood is Snaps. Congratulations. Don't know if Snaps is in here with under a different name. Just gonna save this one up. Let me see. Winners 30 minutes. There we go. Save as. Very good. Alright. Now we are going to vote for the best aluminium wood. And I'm just going to put a little stripe down there so I know where the votes are for. We got one of Carlos Villa, Andrew Burkov, Kaizen, Umkar25, Explosion. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me hear you vote. Let me hear you vote. Frank is being funny again. At least he's trying to be funny. Okay, we have one for Explosion. We have one for Kaizen. We have another one for Kaizen. We have another one for Explosion. Ay, 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 ay. And what are you voting for, Mr. Funny Man? Ah, man. We are all okay. Kaizen. Then I'll guess it's gonna be Kaizen, because if I vote on the person which I think should have won, then we're gonna have a problem. The point is, I do really. This is definitely, you know, one of my favorites, I would say, just because I really like this part down here. It has a lot of realism into it. I like that a lot, but the subject was scratched aluminium. So my vote would gone for Explosion, but then we're gonna get a problem. So Kaizen it will be. Okay, I'm just gonna save up Kaizen. So Kaizen is the winner of scratched aluminium, and I've said before it is okay to do both. So congratulations on that. Just gonna put a thingy in the chat, very good. And we're gonna go to Marble. Will it be Umkar25? Is it gonna be SquareX? Kaizen? Oh my Blender. Is it gonna be the Funny Man? K Burger or Funny Man Sep D6 or Sep D6 number 2? or Andrew Burukov, or Erwin Sunny Ray, or Explosion. Wow, there are a lot of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 entries for a marble. Let me hear you vote, let me hear you vote. And if you, by the way, vote for Septi6, then you have to do 1 or 2 behind his name. Okay, we have Septi6 2. That will be this one. We have one for Andrew Burukov, I guess. Wait, Andrew? Yeah, okay, Andrew. There's a difference between Erwin and Andrew, okay. Septi6, but which one, Erwin? Number 1 or number 2? Explosion. 111. I'm just waiting for Erwin to say which one. Another one for Erwin. Wow, a lot of randomness this time. Okay, Septi6-2. So Septi6-2 has 2 votes. Everything else has 1 vote. Alright. Oh yeah, and then we have Murzik here, but it still seems the same date though. My apologies. This is definitely my favorite. It's just strange how this is, you know, erased for some reason. So in this case it will be depth D6 with this marble down here. I'm just gonna let you people, I'm leaving the voting to you people. I will only vote when there are 2 winners, so then my vote will definitely make a difference. I think that's a very good idea. So depth D6 2, and then W6, congrats with winning the marble material. Very good. Then we're gonna go for the iron. Will it? Oh, I need to put this in the chat. Will it be Spooper Trooper? Will it be Septi6? Will it be Omkar25? Andrew Burkov? Explosion? Chrysant? Murzik? Erwin Sunny Ray? Or Kaisen? That will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we have one for Explosion for the pan. W6, it's not even a competition this time. Oh, I see what you mean there. Okay, yeah, Deputy 6, Chrysant, another one for Explosions. Explosion has 2. Explosion where he's at the pan. Very good. We have one for Andrew. Okay. I'm glad there are not like hundreds of people in here, because then counting the votes is going to be very troublesome. Alright, so it seems like so far that that Explosion is the only one with 2 votes. So if no one opens his mouth, then in 3, 2, 1. Oh. Bumping the chat up didn't increase live stream viewership. Okay, so I guess in this case, Explosion, as I like to call him, has 1. Okay. Yes, all iron, need to save this guy up. Chop. Get a little bit faster with this. Then we're gonna go for letter. We have Kaisen, we have Explosion, we have Omkar25, we have Miller Byte, we have Chrysant, we have Erwin Sunny Ray. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me hear your votes. Okay, we have one for Kaisen, one for Explosion, two top ones. Another one for Explosion. And another one for Explosion. Here it is 3 against 1. It does look very good though. Two. Frank, stop being a jerk. Next time you need to put your kid in the chat and you are going to play in the garden. So, if the stream takes too long, blame Frank. So 1 Kaisen and 3 Explosions. I think it's very clear. Explosion has won this round down there. Explosion win number 2. Yeah, it's always your fault. Even if you're not here, it's just your fault. Alright. Enough attention to Frank. We're gonna go for the dry cracked clay. We got Andrew Burukov, Omkar25. Another Andrew Burukov. What? I'm just seeing this right now. Let's just say 1 and 2. Then we have Erwin Ray Explosion. That will be that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if it's 1 and 2 and 3. So what's going on? Maybe this is supposed to be a letter. Then I apologize for calling it concrete. I really thought it would be cracked clay. For leather, it would be almost on point. It looks too much concrete-ish. Alright, we have 1 Omkar, 2 Omkar, 3, 1 for Erwin. 3 for Omkar. Another 1 for Erwin. 3 against 2. Ay. This one is definitely one of my favorites. It's just such a shame that the bits are taken out, like really. That would be just 100% perfect. So I'm going to do this. My vote is gonna go to Erwin Sadire. So then for just this one time, because I really like this one. For the dry clay, we're gonna have 2 winners. I'm the boss here. You guys are the voters. So I'm going to say Erwin Sadire won the clay one, and Onkar25 won this one. So just for this one time, because I just think the one of Erwin Sadire looks very good if it's about the thick cracks and the thin cracks within. And yeah, I kind of miss that over here. I mean, it has the cracks. They're a little bit so let's just do it like that. Oh, this one Omkar. This one Erwin Sunray. Come on, copy. Stop it. Get it all. Here we go. Save as Advent Samurai. Okay, very good. And the light. There's a lot of light. Maybe that's the whole point too. There's a lot of light. More than usual. Well, this one too. Anyhow. Then we're gonna go for the last one, which is concrete. We have one of Erwin Sanire, Umkar 25, or Kaisen. There are 3 only. Who is it going to be? The hand painted one with blue concrete. Is it this concrete, which is very nice, like the spots ain't too perfect, or this one? Alright, we have Omker 25. Erwin. Another one, Erwin. I would say with all of 3 of them, the colors are just a little bit off. Just a little bit. I mean, this looks a little too bluish. Could be a little bit more grayish. And those 2 also need to be a little bit more grayish. So if it's about color, all 3 of them needs a little adjustment. Erwin. Oh. Yeah. Only those spots need a little bit more random. But that's all. This one, it looks okay. This one is nice, but too bluish. So in this case, you guys have voted. It's gonna be Erwin Samurai. All right. That means this guy down here. So in this case, you guys can start mining up a new team. If you guys really don't know something, then I have a backup of Frank. Edwin Samurai number 2. And 2 winners for 1 point is something that's gonna be very rare. I'm only going to do that when I think someone, you know, really deserves a little bit of attention. Could be anyone. Alright. Fishing equipment. Could be a hook, it could be the fishing rod itself, it could be fishing rod wire, it could be fishing rod baits. Could do. Cookies. Cookies. Everyday different cookie. Are there that many cookies out there? Like, I'm thinking of it. Let me see. Cookies. Many different shapes, sure. Yeah, all I'm thinking about is if I type in cookies, I just get a ton of chocolate chips. But yes, you got like sand cookies, chocolate chips, you got cookies totally covered in chocolate. Got cookies with nuts. Got cookies with, I don't know what it's called. I believe it's like cocos paper onto it. Looks like paper, but it's just cocos, I believe. You got website cookies. I don't know how you can actually art that out, but that is up to you. Then I'm going to need 1 more cookie. Or make the cookie monster. I mean, you know, need to keep that in mind. Alright, why not go with Frank's suggestion since we already have everything? Survival kits, jewelry. Jewelry is something we did way back in the day. What I could do eventually is grab everything and just redo it over again next year. Figurine. Don't have everything. Could use a car or a nice house. Can't eat nuts. Allergic. Don't you have something like Platzen? That really sounds German, but let me just Platzen. Platzen. I think you mean Platzen. Let me just see. Platzen. I think I know what it means cookies. Really? I mean, I typed that and then it shows cookies. Let me just go to translate. Translate. It just means cookie in English. Yeah. Microorganisms. Wow, that goes very deep. Aqua vehicles. Led to the color scheme. They've been bonded for a long time. Okay, let me just do it like this. Who votes for Frank's ideas and who votes for color? Let me hear you vote. Let me hear your votes. Just say Frank or color. Jet ski and stuff. Well, Frank's ideas. He had something that was, you know, kind of funny. It's more like a evolution type of thing. Let me see. So, for example, for what he has like 3 whole weeks, which fill it up with stuff. We can do or either time, we can do homes, or alternative transport. In this case, when we do time, then for today you need to make a sundial. Tomorrow you need to make a pocket watch. The day after tomorrow you need to make a grandfather's clock. If you do homes, then for today will be a cave, tomorrow a hut, day after tomorrow a teepee. If you do alternative transport, then for today it will be unicycle, tomorrow a penny farting, or day after tomorrow a tricycle. Stuff like that. So is it gonna be color or is it gonna be Frank? Frank 1, 2, or 3? Two different. That one. I see. Yeah. So let me hear your votes. Color or Frank 1, 2, or 3? Okay, I see 2 color, I see 1 Frank 2. Keep on going, keep on going. Keep on going, keep on going. Frank 2, another Frank 2. No, you already did. That's 1. Don't be like Frank. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna save this up. Alright. I'm just gonna save Frank stuff up. And yeah, okay. People start to act funny here. So in this case we are gonna do color. Color on is Americanisch, so Frank can start feeling ignored by it. Color, yep. Alright, so color. For today, make something with the color red. So it gives you a lot of freedom to do so. The one who come up with the best interesting thing with the color red is of course gonna get extra points and extra love from the people. Everyone who joined in is a winner as always. Thank you all for joining in. I wish you good luck for this week. Thank you all for being here, you know, that kind of stuff. You see, challenge number 29. Test for today is make red in 30 minutes. Make red, no, make something red. Not just red, that would be way too easy. Something red. This week is to make something with the color of the day above. Alright, okay, it's okay, JP. That's my list. They're not gonna go anywhere. They're not gonna go anywhere. I think it's still, I really like that idea, so definitely save that up. Alright, I think everything is fine. So I'm just going to take the announcements and just drop this in right here, right now. I don't know if this is, you know, whatever. I'm tired. Alright, so anyone anything to say? Yeah, it's a colorful week this week. So that's something you can say. Very, very sharp of you, Frank. Yeah. Alright. Thank you guys all. I have enjoyed myself. As always, I really like to, you know, I really like to do this. And thank you for your time, effort. Alright, this I'm gonna awkwardly close this stream up. I only have to think how I can do that. I don't know how. Anyhow, I'll catch you guys Wednesday with the live stream of the weekly competition. Same time, same channel. Bye bye.